All right, Jeff Zimmerman here with one of the best trainers in the whole world, Jose Benavidez Sr. here in Frisco, Texas, my hometown, or where I live now, I should say. How you doing, Jose?
I'm doing good, man. Thank you so much for the invitation. Super excited, super happy to be here. We have Diego Pacheco facing Trevor McCumbee, a tough fight, man, that I think they're going to steal the show, and that's the plan. We want to steal the show, you know. We have Bam, you know, that's an exciting fighter, a great fighter. Two fights that are super exciting, man, that you can't miss. So we're ready for July, man. We're here. Diego Pacheco is super excited, super motivated for this fight. We know that we have a Trevor McCumbee that gave a lot of trouble to Caleb Plant. Tough fight, and that's what we're here for, to prove ourselves that he belongs here. And he can't just win the fight. He has to look spectacular on July 19, you know, because he wants to fight for those titles. So we're here, training hard, staying focused, and looking impressive. And that's what we're trying to look for this fight with Trevor McCumbee, to look impressive in order to get to the big world titles.
Yeah, I remember seeing you, I think you here with Diego maybe 5 years ago or so, you know, soon after I think he was signed. And he's just, you keep building him and building him.
Well, that's the thing. You know, we've been together for a while, so the thing is that, I mean, he had a very good pedigree of amateur boxing, and I think we clicked very well, you know, and that's the thing, that in boxing, what you want to see in a boxer is progress little by little, and that's what I feel that he's doing, getting better and better and better and better, and I think it's time to prove his skills and go for a world title.
And what is he, 24?
24, yeah. We were offered a fight to fight in Billy for the interim WBC. I don't know what happened with the Matchroom, but we did get that offer, and we did take that fight. But hopefully after this fight, we can get the same opportunity, or maybe fight for a world title.
You're ready. You're ready.
We're ready.
Jose, man, I can't talk to you without asking about the elephant in the room, or the elephant outside here at the Star in Frisco. The fight that has never happened, that everybody 50 years from now, if it doesn't happen, will be talked about. David and Canelo.
Well, yeah, you know, that's a fight that Canelo, if he really wanted to make history and he wanted to show the people, the fans, that he's a true champion, a lot of people are not giving him the credit that he deserved, you know, because at the end of the day, he's still a champion. He has all those belts hostage, you know, so I think a fight with David Benavidez would clarify and go out with this shield, you know. But that shadow's always going to be behind him. We're ready. We've been ready. We waited for him for 5 years. We went up to 175, and the question still keeps asking. But we're happy, you know. I think we can fight at 168, 175. We want to defend the title maybe 2-3 times and fight Zurdo Ramirez. That's the fight that David wants. Zurdo Ramirez, another great fighter, another very scary fighter. But, you know, right now we would have loved to fight Beterbiev, Bivol. That was the plan. But it seems like Bivol and Beterbiev don't want to face David too. So now I think we got, for now, we're working on Kalen Smith, Anthony Yard, or whoever deserves an opportunity to fight for a world title at 168. Let the people decide, and you know, we're here to please the fans, and we're here to keep proving ourselves, and we're here to fight anybody. But those are the fights that David wants.
You said that they don't, Beterbiev and Bivol don't want to fight. Obviously, they had two pretty razor-thin fights, looking to do the trilogy. Do you think that would happen after that fight?
I would hope so. You know, I'm not discarding that. I would love for, like I said, we want to face the monsters of the division, and I believe that Beterbiev and Bivol are the monsters. So we want to fight either or. You know, I heard they were going to take a fight in between that. So I thought, hey, let's fight one guy. The winner of that fights the other guy. But I don't think there's not a lot of interest in there, you know, facing the Mexican monster. So we're just going to keep our fingers crossed, and hopefully that fight happens, you know, with Beterbiev and Bivol. And those are the fights that the fans really want to see.
Now, you mentioned Zurdo. He's been moving up, you know, slowly but surely. Now he's at 190, I believe, fighting on the Jake Paul undercard or co-main event. But, I mean, he's always been known as a pretty good boxer, you know, for his size.
You know, we sparred Zurdo Ramirez a lot of times. You know, we're really good friends. A big shout out to Zurdo Ramirez, great fighter. But at the end of the day, you know, he has 2 belts, and you know, it will be an honor to fight Zurdo Ramirez. And they like the idea, we like the idea, so I think that fight could be easily made. But like I said, right now we just need to defend the title at least 2 times and go and fight Zurdo Ramirez, and I think that would be very exciting for the fans.
You know, not the first time I met you, but first time I saw you here in Dallas was on a Manny Pacquiao undercard with your son, Jose Benavidez Sr.
Like the first two fights or something like that. Yeah, it was very exciting. Super happy to be here. Now I'm back and super excited.
Yeah, now you got Manny coming back all these years later. I think, what was that, 2010? Now he's coming back at 46 years old against Mario Barrios. What are your thoughts on that?
I'm super excited about that fight. You know, I've been seeing Manny Pacquiao training. He still has the speed, the power. I think it will be, man. That will be a great motivation for a lot of people and a lot of kids. You know, that anything's possible. And I'm very excited. Two great fighters, and I think it's gonna be an exciting fight. And I see, like I said, I see Manny Pacquiao moving and the speed and shadow boxing and all that. Man, he looks good.
You think he can beat Barrios?
I would hope so. You know, because to me, Manny Pacquiao's a hero. You know, that would be a big thing for a lot of people, a big motivation for a lot of people. But Barrios is a tough fighter. He's proven himself, and he always brings a lot of action to the fights. And
he barely got out of his last one.
We gotta see. You know, like I said, stay tuned, tune in, and I think it's gonna be a great fight. I can't wait for that fight. To be honest with you, I just want to see what happens.
And this guy who's headlining July 19th, Bam Rodriguez, probably the most humble, world champion going right now, top 5 pound for pound. What are your thoughts on him as a fighter?
Man, he's a great fighter, very exciting fighter. David's a big fan of him. And it's just, man, he's done so much, and has been proving himself. And that's why he's a champion, because he's one of the best in his division, Maybe if he goes up another division, I think he will dominate too and be good. Hopefully, maybe they could do a catchweight with Dinoy. That would be the fight of the century, that would be very exciting. But right now, I just don't see nobody beating him, to be honest with you. Where he's at, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, he said he would love that fight in Japan.
Oh, yeah, I would love that too, anywhere,
right.
To be honest, but that would be a great fight.
And last question here with Jose Benavidez, trainer of Jose Jr., David Benavidez. What are your thoughts around the 140, 147, even 135?
Stacked with a lot of talent. We got all the Haneys, the Garcias, the Rollies, Teofimos. They go up and down at that weight, so they're at 135, 140. It's a stack, man, with a lot of talent, a lot of young people in there. So it's exciting. 135, 140 is the division.
Who's the best out of that group?
To be honest with you, I can't say who's the best, because they're young, they're motivated, so they come up and down. So I think they're very it's very stacked, and it's just I can't think of somebody. To me, they're all good, man. They're all exciting, and I want to see all of them fight each other, because they got good names and they've done a lot for boxing. So we'll see when in time who can stay the longer and keep beating all these other fighters.
And let me ask a prediction: if this fight ever happens, Shakur and Tank.
Shakur and Tank, I'm going to have to go with Tank, because Tank, has been fighting for a long time. He adjusts to every style there is. I think that's the only reason I will go with him, but it will be a great fight, to fight, super exciting, and I hope it happens, so that will be another great fight.
Awesome. Thanks, Jose. Appreciate the time.
Thank you.